All right, welcome back. It's finally time to celebrate National Pizza Day. Here to help us master the art of pizza making is the founder of Scott's Pizza Tours, Scott Wiener. Welcome back, Scott.
Oh,
I was having him
I'm writing down a list for you.
Pizza places for me there. All right.
Ryan is putting you to work early.
Well, I like his style. The first thing he does is he says, hey, wait, I need recommendations.
Write down everything on the list. All right.
You've eaten every piece of pizza in New York City. You didn't make your own mental list?
He always has a new spot.
New place is always open.
Last time we did the pizza tour, right?
Yeah. We did the tour. We hit all
How
those
did
spots.
Ryan do in the kitchen? Don't mind me. I'm just going to eat some more.
He tried his best.
Okay. So he's not a natural chef.
I think he's maybe a natural chef, but being a natural chef and a natural pizza maker are not the same.
Well, throwing the dough is an art form that you need to be trained in class to do.
It's totally. I'm an awful chef. I can make good pizza.
All right, well, let's see. All right, what are we going to make today, Scott?
We're going to make a pizza from scratch. I'm going to show you the dough and everything, and we're going to bake this first one here on a baking steel.
You must be, like, loving today, right? Today, like, it's...
National Pizza Day is my fuel.
The fact that we have you on a day like today is...
It's my fuel.
Okay.
So we're going to start off. The recipe is 4 ingredients. Flour, salt, water, yeast.
Yes.
Really easy. Let's start off, Kelly. Can you pour the cool water into this bowl?
We can do all this in the home oven. That's the beauty.
Yeah, home oven. You don't need any gadgets. A pizza stone or a baking steel.
Yep.
So I'm using cool water because I want this dough to have a long rise. That's part of the key. You want to make it a couple days.
Where's the water from? Does it matter?
Rise.
The water's from the tap, of course. That's it.
It's from
New York. Come on.
It's from Brooklyn.
But you know what? This starts first so that we can add the flour to it. Go ahead and dump that in. And look, you got a sifter on top just so we can break up the clumps. You don't have to sift. We already got the rest of it.
I want to sift it.
You got it.
You want me to dump all this?
Dump all of it in there, yeah. Don't hold back. Great. This is a pretty wet dough recipe, so if you start stirring it up, Kelly, Ryan, I want you to dump in the yeast as she's stirring that. You can just spread it all around. This is just instant yeast. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy.
All right.
No sourdough starters today.
Okay.
And then once this gets well mixed, once all the flour is hydrated, 5-10 seconds of mixing, that's when we're gonna stir in some of the salt. So I'm gonna weigh out the salt right away. It's really important we're weighing everything.
Okay.
Why are you weighing the salt?
Because I never weigh salt.
We weighed everything already. I just didn't do the salt yet.
How much weight of salt do we want?
18 grams.
Oh.
So you know how you usually do cups and spoons and all that?
How many things of that?
It's just a lot of things to wash. You don't need it all. And if you weigh it, it's going to be way more consistent, way more even. 18 grams of salt in this recipe because we're doing a recipe that's going to be 4 dough balls. And it's 4...
Did you get it on? Well, today's your day.
A gram away. It's all good. Okay. We're going to sprinkle the salt in last because we wanted to give time for the yeast to get a little hydrated. But now you mix this up, and once it's all mixed together, it sits for about 20 minutes.
Can I use my hands at a certain point?
Yeah, but you know what? Don't worry about it now because we're going to do this.
Oh.
You know what? I want to show you a quick trick. You cover this up, and you don't have to waste all this plastic wrap.
Is that a shower cap?
Oh,
Shower cap, baby. Shower cap over the bowl.
Preferably a new one.
This is fresh.
Fresh.
I only bathed with it once.
Okay,
But let's slide over to this because I want to show you how to knead the dough because that's a big thing that people always have problems with. And you know what? We're going to split up the activity here. So Ryan, you're going to knead. Kelly, you're making sauce.
Okay.
First thing we'll do is a little bit of flour on the table. I want you to dump all that dough onto the table. Kelly, put on a pair of gloves. You're making sauce. I heard you talking before about pizza sauce, about, what's his name? Jimmy Kimmel making his own pizza sauce.
He does.
It's not that hard. Don't give him too much credit.
Oh, okay. Fighting words.
Do you hear that, Kimmel? Scott Wiener threw down.
You don't need
Scott wants a booking on your show, Jimmy.
But I'll tell you this,
he
does use good tomatoes. He uses California tomatoes.
And fresh basil.
And I love
Grows them
California
himself,
tomatoes.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Now, with these tomatoes, you just use your hands, press them down, but press them underneath the liquid and squish them. If you hold them above, you're going to get splatters.
Yeah, then you get splashed, right?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things in Halloween. Close your eyes and squeeze.
Ooh, nightmare. Now look, you started crushing them up. Now we're going to add in a little bit of salt.
Did you measure that salt, too?
I always measure, always weigh the salt. Always got to weigh everything. If you weigh it, it's always going to be the same. Now, crushing up the tomatoes with some salt, that's your sauce. You do not have to cook it.
That's it.
That's it.
Uncooked, that's it. You're done.
Okay.
We're
Get rid
done.
of the gloves. This is sauce.
What kind of cheese are we going to use here?
We're going to use 2 different cheeses. Let's slide down and take a look at the cheese operation.
Did you just rub your nose and then integrate it into the sauce?
I've got the flour.
I'm not eating this.
All right, go on.
So we got 2 different cheeses that we're going to work with.
Sorry
we're gonna
about
use... No, this is where it's going to turn into the murder scene here. I got you covered down
Smells
here.
great, though.
Now, with this...
I got it.
With this cheese...
With this
Ivy
cheese.
wed.
Ivy wed. I knew that sounded familiar.
Story of my life. But we're doing 2 different cheeses.
Okay.
So fresh mozzarella, which, it comes in a ball. The problem is it's going to start weeping all over the pizza and make the pizza all watery.
I hate when the pizza weeps.
And we're not going to let that happen because, look, we cube it up,
It's the worst.
put it in a colander, and it's going to drain out. You just let it sit for 20 minutes and it drains out.
Amazing.
Okay.
Or I just eat it before it can weep.
What's next?
Why not? Next, Ryan, grab that chunk of cheese.
Grab it.
We're always going to pre-shred our low-moisture mozzarella. This is the kind that you get in, like, the typical pizzeria. Like Mac and Manco's. I heard you talking about it.
Have you ever eaten there?
Of course I have. I'm a Jersey guy.
Great. Great.
Love it.
Great.
And in fact, I'm going to teach you how to make their style of pizza.
I think it's the oregano. I think they...
All right, you two, we'll settle this later.
You'll love it. But look, we did this. If you buy pre-shredded cheese, it doesn't melt that right. So that's why we did this. Now, let's stretch. This is where it's important.
Pizza stones, do we not really know how to use them?
That's an issue.
We don't.
Watch your shoes with the sauce.
Oh, there's stuff everywhere. Okay.
Pizza stones are like, today we're going to use a baking steel, which is basically the same, but just gets hotter and transfers heat faster.
Okay.
People don't preheat them long enough.
Okay.
You got to preheat it for at least 45 minutes.
Right.
And then
That's the key.
It makes everything easy. So let's do this. Wait, Ryan, you up for stretching the dough?
He loves to stretch his dough.
I don't stretch myself, but I stretch my dough.
Look, take this.
Yeah?
Just, no, don't. This is another big mistake people make. I saw you about to do that.
Yep.
Turn it upside down on the pile of flour.
Just upside down.
Do it. Now look, no, let it sit, let it hang out. Because look, I oiled up the container.
It's going to just fall out.
The dough is going to fall right out, and if it doesn't fall right out, like I wanted to.
While we're in this suspenseful moment, let's take a break. We're going to slowly go to break as it falls. We're going to come back. We're going to stretch dough. We're going to finish the pizza. More with Scott Wiener right after this. All right, back with Scott. We've stretched the dough. By the way, you can use store-bought dough as well. What do you do? What's the process?
Do that. You just got to ball it up.
You got to ball it up.
You got to reball it because what happens is this gets squished. We don't want to deal with that.
So reball it and then stretch it.
Cheese it up, Ryan. Cheese it up.
Kel's the cheese aficionado.
We're doing cheese before sauce. Because Kelly talked about Mac and Mango, and that inspired me. Well, that's what happened. Oh, I like the way you did that. In fact, why don't you put a twist of sauce on top? I want you to, once the cheese is on there, you're just going to spiral the sauce.
I got rewarded.
This is what they do at Mac and Manco's. And look, wait, this is too much cheese.
No, it's not.
This is too much cheese.
I'm a cheese girl.
You're a host, I'm a pizza maker.
All right. How dare you call me a host?
I'll see you guys in the inbox. Okay, how do you want this on?
Spiral it. There you go. You don't have to cover the whole thing. You're fine. You're good to go. Look, this is it.
A little more. I like a little more.
That is it. Easy. It goes into the oven nice and easy.
Where's the oregano?
Oh, look,
Here, you want some basil?
I'm just going to toss it.
Oh, yeah, toss it.
All right, now how long does it cook?
In there, easy. 7 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever you like.
What's
in there,
What's the
3 to 5 months.
That oven is the hottest.
It'll go.
Hottest you can get the oven, and you bake it for as long as it takes for it to look good to you, which for me is like 7 8 minutes.
Yeah, okay, great. And then it comes out like that.
So then, do we eat that right now?
Now, this is a different situation. So, that first pizza is going to come out looking like this.
And you can put fresh basil on it.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I like to basil it after the bake. But if you don't have a pizza stone or a baking steel, you don't need it.
Cookie sheet.
This is it. But the cookie sheet, the trick here is you stretch out the dough.
Oh, there's a twist.
And then you do a par bake. So you bake it for about 6 7 minutes with just sauce. Then you add your cheese. You put it back in the oven.
Otherwise, it gets soupy.
Soupy and burnt out. This is this in its next stage of life.
Okay, what about the toppings? When do I do all that?
Now, the toppings for this style, if you're using a sheet pan, I wait till the second bake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
Yep.
Whatever toppings you want, just keep in mind, these things, like mushrooms, they sweat a lot of water. If you're going to use mushrooms, saute them a little bit in advance.
This has been intense, but very informative.
So should we eat this now, or what's happening?
Yeah. Let's do it like this.
Yeah.
Drop it right over here. Let's slice it up.
That's how we celebrate National Pizza Day. Get in there.
You got
Scott,
it.
this
Damn
is
it,
National
crazy.
Pizza Day. Thank you for all of these tips. You can go to our website, kellyandryan.com, to learn more.
First one,
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Yes, we will.